Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. Beer Stuffs. We do it here. New brewery time. Yeah. Hoppa Brow? I've never heard of this brewery, I don't think. Watch, I've done a review from them. Someone be like, man, you reviewed their stuff a year ago. I don't know. I don't think I've heard of this brewery before. Hoppa Brow, handcrafted beer since 2010, so they're not that old. This is their Helles. And where are they from? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Germany. That's what I thought. But the new school kind of labeling, the new school kind of bottling, that whole kind of thing, it got me. It won me over. So I figured I'd get a bottle. This is, like I said, their Helles. If I get an age on this thing, best before. It's best before 26, 27, 22. So I'm assuming it's best before 22, but what does 26, 27 mean? I understand the European dating code. It could be, month first, day first, whatever, but there's no 27th month or 26th month, so I have no idea what's going on right now. So I assume it's out of date, considering we're in 2023. I'm sure it'll be fine. So we'll see what's what. Get a little bit of pour. I really do dig the labeling. It's very, very nondescript. It's got a nice linen-y finish to it, and very basic, minimal, but gets the point across. Like I said, I picked this up off the shelf because of how it looked, so it won me over. As far as this beer goes, there you go. It looks all the part of Helles. Maybe a touch lighter than what you'd expect, but looks the part. It's good notes. Sweeter than I'd expected. Yeah, a soft little sweetness to it, a little bit elevated from what I expect from a Helles, and then there's this little musty thing going on. Maybe it is a little bit past its prime date wise. Sweet maltiness, not much as far as bittering. That little musty thing, again, it could just be my schnoz. Let's just dive in. Cheers, y'all. I'm not sure where that musty thing came from. It's not present on the taste itself. What's the ABV in this? They don't say. 4.9. This is probably one of the cleanest, crispest beers that I've ever had. It's a good thing. But it's at a point where it's kind of too crisp and clean, in a way that it's lacking. Like, it doesn't come off with a big malt presence. It doesn't come off with a hop presence. It doesn't come off like a lager yeast presence. It comes off as like almost like macro beer, to a sense, to where it's like it's super crisp and clean, but it's also super crisp and clean because there's no way you're going to get a defect and a fault from any of the main components of the beer, because it lacks anything that would be a little bit askew, a little bit sideways. There is something about it that makes me want to believe, makes me think it is beyond macro. It's not a macro beer, but it's a lack of a defining feature that really kind of makes it kind of be like, okay, it's really, really crisp and clean, but it's almost at it's spiting its impact just to be clean and crisp, if that makes any sense. It's like, there's no personality, there's no impact to it outside of it being just super drinkable, because it lacks any discernible kind of identity. You're drinking beer. You're drinking alcoholic beer. There's malts involved. There's hops involved. You're pretty sure it's a lager yeast. Not giving you really any kind of vibes of lager yeast, but it's so hyper crisp and clean, you don't think it's an ale yeast. And that's really where it defines itself in those sense. It's almost like a generic Merriam-Webster dictionary BJCP version. I wouldn't even say of a Helles. I would say it's more just a generic lager. You know what I mean? You wouldn't go Pilsen, just lager beer. You should say lager beer, Hofbrau lager beer. And then you would drink it and be like, well, what lager beer are they going for? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, for all intents and purposes, you know, it's something that I could rip and chug in potable water in this on a hot summer day by the mug. I could enjoy the crap out of while surrounded by music and friends, because it's not supposed to be part of the conversation. It's supposed to be part or help facilitate the day. But as far as a beer review goes, it's quite boring, because there's really not much to say other than it's really well made. But I also think if you get a little bit of skew, a little bit on fault on any of these portions of this beer, I don't think it's really going to show because of how not impactful the beer is. So I don't even know what to say. Is it one of the better Helles I've had as of late? No. Not one of the worst, but it's also not one of the best because it's not really a Helles. Is it one of the crisper, cleanest beers that I've ever had? Yeah, sure. But at what expense? So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I don't even know what else to say about it other than that it's beer-flavored beer. In the most least offensive and least impactful way I can describe it. We're done. I don't know. Have you had stuff from Hopfen? I think it'd be Hopfen, not Hafen. Hopfen. Hopfenbrau. Have you had anything from this brewery? 2010, relatively new brewery. Have you had this beer? What are your thoughts down there? Let me know. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our review. Hopefully you're enjoying some good beer right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.